All right, we have update 1.2 announced and a proper highlight video, unlike update 1.1.
Hello, and welcome to our first free update showcase for Jurassic World Evolution 3.
Okay, right out the gate, first free update. Why is this being billed as the first free update? Granted, 1.1 didn't add much, but it's interesting they're making that distinction.
Open the park gates and see what's coming to the game on December 9th. Since launch, we've been admiring all the incredible parks you've been creating, and we wanted to give all park managers some new ways to customize your enclosures. The Cypress Swamp Brush is a new environment brush for tropical and temperate biomes, which lets you bring wetland-inspired enclosures to life. This brush paints...
I really like this. I really like that they're willing to add environmental brushes after release. We never, correct me if I'm wrong, but we never had a brush added after release like this. We had brushes that were like unbound, right? That were like biome specific, that were expanded maybe in one with like gravel. I don't even remember if that's true actually. There were like limitations on those. I'm gonna made that up completely. Maybe we just plain never had a brush added in any sense. But this is great. The idea that they'll add potentially other foliage options seems really nice. I would love to see some new paleo brushes, even if just aesthetic.
New cypress trees across parks and introduces a murky mist which seeps across the floor. Fantastic for your dinosaur photography.
Oh, that's...
We've also included a handful of new cypress trees as scenery pieces.
You sold me. The mist is back. Biosin Valley build? Yes, please.
So you can go in and design your wetland environments exactly how you like. The Island Generator is getting some exciting new updates to make the tool even more powerful for our sandbox players. As part of the update, we're happy to announce that the Island Generator is getting 3 additional biomes to choose from. Alongside tropical, players will now be able to pick from temperate, desert, or Mediterranean biomes when starting their island.
So, when we had the Island Generator revealed, right, and it was just jungle, this is what I said they would do. I said this is a first pass, a minimum look, a minimum concept of the Island Generator. They will 100% build on this in the updates and expand this out over time. And we're already getting it. Because there was no way they were going to leave this Island Generation as bare bones as it was. It was revealed very late. It was very bare bones. It was clearly a last-minute addition to the game. And it's such a prime candidate for expansion over time with the free updates that, like, this was obviously going to happen, but it's really nice to see it happen this soon.
In customization, a new slider has been added to the mode, which allows you to adjust the prominence of beaches on your generated islands.
Sure.
Islands can now feature more cliffs or more beaches, depending on your preference. We've been listening to player feedback around the building boundaries on the islands. You'll now be able to decorate your waterways, cliff faces, and beaches with scenery pieces.
That's good.
This will make for some truly unique and stunning islands that we're so excited to see.
Also, just the shot of the compy next to the beach loungers is fantastic. This is great. Building down closer to the water. People complain that you're restricted up onto the upper part of the land masses, so it makes a lot of sense for this to also come alongside the beach edition. This is pretty sick. Also, probably well timed for channel content because I'll be finishing up the challenge mode soon. And I want to do a randomly generated island playthrough is kind of just the test run of like the sandbox economy. And now if we just wait for the update, we can do it as like a 1.2 showcase as well, which will be fun.
Alongside all these new features, we're always looking at optimizations that we can make to improve the overall gameplay experience. Firstly, we've added the blueprint menu to make it easier to see all of your custom and downloaded creations in one place.
Very good.
Next, you can now copy path styles.
Finally!
In the park,
This was driving me crazy in the campaign.
Without having to hunt for that specific color you chose earlier on.
Not just hunt for the color you chose earlier on, hunt for the color that the map starts with. This was like, this is a great addition to the game, but this should have been in at launch. This was a glaring omission in my mind. I ended up doing like batch replacements on a lot of paths, and that like ruined, especially like the aesthetic of the Japanese park was like pretty quickly obliterated by replacing paths because I didn't bother trying to mash different types. This is great.
Finally, we've added a navigation heat map so that you can see exactly where small, medium, large and giant species can navigate, as well as guests and vehicles, making it easier to see that your parks are operating as expected.
Interesting.
That's a very quick look at the powerful new features coming on December 9th. Everything we've shown today will be released along with a variety of fixes and optimizations. You'll be able to find a full list in the patch notes. Before we wrap up, we have one more thing to show you. As a special thank you, we're thrilled to announce that we are going to be adding a returning fan favourite species alongside this update on December 9th. I wonder if you can figure out what it is.
Yeah, that's clearly Dinokairos, right? The large feathered theropod. There's not many options that aren't in. It matches like the Cypress swamp vibe. It's obviously Dinokairos. Of course, back when they announced returning species, right, they said that we would be getting for free every returning animal from base game. But that would start after the Kentrosaurus, that would start proper in January, right? So we got November Kentrosaurus, December was a weird gap, and January was the start of the returning base game roster. Well, now it's very clear that the reason there was a December gap is because the returning December animal is not base game. Now, this is not any support for the idea that the DLC animals will all be free. This could still very much be an exception because this was a glaring base game omission for 3. Dinokairos is very unique, really should have been in anyway, so I wouldn't read too much into this for the future of the game. Also, they say here specifically as a special thank you, which is there's 2 things to take from this. One, really, a thank you? You're giving us a thing we already had back as a thank you? That's a little underhanded. But also, they're very much highlighting by this phrasing that this is not the rule, this is an exception, right? So Dinokairos coming back like this, don't count on the other missing DLC animals coming back in the same way. But it's great that we're getting Dinokairos. I don't want to be overly negative or critical, but I don't want to be overly positive and just be I don't want to miss out on this sort of thing. This sort of thing rubs me the wrong way. You know, the whole be thankful for the few things they do give you type attitude is not constructive either.
Special thank you. We're thrilled to announce that we are going to be adding a returning fan favourite species alongside this update on December 9th.
Actually, okay, if we want to be really read this very, very carefully, this says alongside the update, not in the update. This technically could be paid DLC with the phrasing in the trailer. I feel like if this was paid DLC, they really dropped the ball on this, on including this in the trailer, on teasing it this early. If this is part of a paid DLC, it really, really shouldn't be because of the way it's being included in this like list of free updates. But the phrasing is technically ambiguous. Alongside does not necessarily mean within. I really, really hope this is free. Because I think it would be really poor form to put a DLC animal in a trailer like this.
But 9th. I wonder if you can figure out what it is. We hope you enjoy the update. Thanks for watching.
Alright, December 9th. Well, check back on December 8th for more news, and December 9th for the actual update. If this is a DLC with Dinokairos in it, there might be a swamp DLC or a swamp / like semi-aquatic deep watery DLC, which would be really cool. Definitely an undercooked area of the game right now. Swamps, not so much. Like, I feel like too many animals need swamp as a environmental thing, but animals that fit the swamp vibe, we could definitely use some more of, like Dinokairos. There is an article that comes with this too. Update 1.2 highlights. I've already looked at this. So update 1.2 contain new content, variety of bug fixes and improvements. We'll skim through this. There's the video we just watched. That's where I got the link for the video. The Cypress swamp brush, of course. We're just skimming the text looking for anything here that actually Contains new information. Cypress decorations, the island generator, temperate desert, Mediterranean, beaches. So yeah, the toggles between cliffs and beaches. User experience changes, blueprints, copy path, obstructions, override performance limits on console. So there's some more complexity meter stuff for you console folks. Let me scroll down so that's actually on the screen there. Alongside the above updates, 1.2 includes a host of bug fixes, stability improvements. Read the full update notes on 1.2. Plus, in case you missed it, there'll be a fan favorite returning with the update free of charge. Okay, great. Okay, huge. No worries. No worries. The article confirms the Dino Kairos is free. That's really good. Okay. Video was technically ambiguous, but literally saying returning with the update free of charge. there's no confusion there. That's very clearly free. All right, huge. Fantastic. Also, this was on the website from like a week ago. Park Manager's Toolbox Park Building Ideas. So that's something you can check out if you're interested in. If you need some inspiration, go scope out that article maybe. All right, well, that's going to be it for this video. This looks like a really great first update. I'm pretty happy with what's being included here. I think the swamp brush is a really great sign for future content updates. This has a lot of potential for things they can add. Seeing them already working on improving the island generator substantially is huge. Like, this is a very promising first update. A lot of like UI fixes here and additions that really should have been base game, but like at least they're being added. They could double down on not having like an obstruction map, not having a path copy tool. They could have doubled down on that stuff and just been like, no, this is the intended user experience, but they didn't. So good. Great.